From darkness I cry for you. The tears you shed for us are the blood of the elven kine. O Isha, here I stand on the last shore, a sword in my hand. Ulthuan shall never fall. Tall and proud stands the White Tower of Hoeth at the center of the Kingdom of Safari. Built during the reign of the Phoenix King Bel-Korhadris, the Scholar King, this mild, tall ivory structure was raised by the great mages of Safari using their arcane arts. Within the tower lies the Shrine of Hoeth, the elven god of wisdom, alongside the greatest library in the world. Countless bookshelves and bookcases spiral almost endlessly all the way from the bottom to the top of the tower, filled with historical texts, ancient lore, arcane scrolls, unseen grimoires and more, gathered over long centuries by the tower's loremasters. This tower is more than just a library, however. It is a refuge and a temple to those who seek knowledge above all else, and it is said that only those who genuinely seek wisdom will find their way to its gates. Those who reach the tower are destined to enter the service of Hoeth and spend their lives in pursuit of wisdom under the guiding hands of his loremasters. The White Tower has been the home to the greatest mages of Ulthuan, but it is not dedicated only to those seeking the mastery of the arcane arts. All who truly seek knowledge are welcomed within the tower, even if that knowledge concerns the mastery of the arts of war. While some disciples of Hoeth meditate for years upon the secrets they have learned, and others focus their time into studying the endless library of arcane tomes, there are those who hear the call of martial arts. These are the Swordmasters, those who seek the secrets of the way of battle, and who spend their lives honing their skill to a degree impossible for other races and even other elves. It is said that a Swordmaster can cut a candle without disturbing the flame, or that they can land a killing blow upon their opponent before they can even react to their movement. And some even say they can fight in complete darkness, guided only by their foe's breathing. Whether these stories are true, the skill of the Swordmasters is beyond legendary, and they can easily perform feats of martial prowess that others would consider impossible. The Swordmasters are trained to master any and all weapons they might encounter, from a nimble elven spear to a crude wooden club, and are even taught to deal death with their bare hands if necessary. Above all weapons, however, the Swordmasters prize their elegantly shaped greatswords. These mighty blades are often 6 or 7 feet long, from the pommel to their tip, yet they are so meticulously balanced that in the hands of a Swordmaster they don't weigh more than a feather. These swords are forged beneath the Tower of Hoeth, and the secrets of their crafting are the envy even of the priests of war, the elven god of smithing himself. So perfectly forged and enchanted are these blades that they never lose their edge even after centuries of use. With these swords in their hands, the Swordmasters are capable of sweating aside arrows mid-flight, and in battle, their strikes are so swift that even the most skilled of enemies perceive them as nothing but a blur of motion. Of all the occupants of the White Tower of Hoeth, the Swordmasters are the ones most often encountered in the wider parts of Ulthuan, as they serve as escorts to mages and scholars travelling to and fro between the tower and other destinations. Oftentimes they also serve as messengers of the Order of Lawmasters, or as seekers of new knowledge that might enrich the already vast library of the White Tower. But above all else, the Swordmasters eagerly await the time when Ulthuan is roused for war. No one joins the fray more eagerly than the Swordmasters, for they live for the opportunity to test their skills in the arena where there are no second chances. Only in battle do the Swordmasters unleash their full potential, which only the very best of fighters in the world could hope to survive. At the Battle of Hafar Fort, a single regiment of Swordmasters guarded the only river crossing for miles around. Commanded by the feared sorceresses of the Coven of Ten, a vast dark elf army sought swift passage across the river. Despite the blistering barrage of spells cast by the Coven, the Swordmasters denied him at every turn. The Swordmasters inflicted grievous casualties upon the Dark Elves, and after hours of ceaseless combat, the river became red with blood of the creature. The timely arrival of the legendary High Elf Mage Teclis to the battlefield brought much needed respite from the magical assault launched by the Covenant 10. The Swordmaster swiftly counterattacked, driving the remaining Dark Elves from the field.